Good Monday morning to you, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and it's good to have you back. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma, and this is what I call my morning musings. We're currently examining Dr. David Hester's 23 affirmative arguments that he presented in machine gun style at Preterist Pilgrim Weekend, July 14th and 15th, 2016. Well, Dr. Hester read 23 arguments so rapidly that he absolutely gave not a single syllable of actual exegetical proof for his arguments. Nothing illustrates that more than his so-called argument on, and this is his argument number 12, by the way, on Matthew chapter 12, 36 and 37, where Jesus said, "By your words you shall be justified, by your words you shall be condemned. For of every idle word, man shall give an account in the day of judgment." Dr. David Hester argued like this: if the judgment came in AD 70, there is no more accountability for the words that we speak. But there is accountability for the words that we speak. Therefore, the judgment was not in AD 70. Now, you simply must understand the basic presupposition that lies behind Dr. Hester's argument. And again, I urge you, go to eschatology.org, and at the very top of the page, watch his first affirmative. And as you analyze his presentation, ask yourself, what proof does he offer? What exegesis does he give? And the answer is a resounding, not one syllable. Again, you must understand his presupposition. Dr. Hester's presupposition is the day of judgment is the end of time. The end of time is when earth is burnt up. The end of time in which there is, after that, no more accountability. Well, he is taking everything for granted and proving nothing. Now watch this. Revelation chapter 21 comes after the end of Revelation chapter 20. Now remember, Dr. David Hester has earth burning up. There is no earth. There is no man on earth in time. But in Revelation chapter 21, what do we find? John said, "I saw a new heaven and a new earth. I saw a new Jerusalem," watch this, catch the power of it, "coming down from God out of heaven." Folks, this is not the church leaving earth. This is heaven coming down. This is God coming down to dwell with man. It's the restoration of Edenic fellowship. Oh, and watch this. After this end and after the new heaven and new earth, and by the way, Dr. Hester doesn't believe there's a new heaven and new earth. He thinks the new heaven and new earth is simply a metaphoric reference to a new dwelling place. Although he believes the heaven and earth that passed away is a literal heaven and earth. You see the inconsistency in hermeneutic? So you have the passing of literal heaven and earth, and you have the creation of the metaphoric heaven and earth. But Revelation 21 violates Dr. Hester's view. Dr. Hester says that the time of the judgment is the end of everything. Did you see the movie Noah? Noah and his wife walk out after the flood. Noah's wife says it's the end of everything. Noah says it's the beginning of everything. Wow! That's Revelation 20 and 22. It's the end of the old creation, but it's the full bloom of the new creation. It's God coming down to dwell with man. Now watch this. Outside the city of this new Jerusalem that has come down from God out of heaven, there are the nations of the earth. Oh, and watch this. The gates of the city are always open so that the nations can come in. What do they come in for? Well, Revelation 22, 3 and following says they come into the New Jerusalem to find healing. Well, why would they need healing if there's no more time and if there's no more sin, if there's no more temptation? Why would they need to come into the city after the end? After the end, they find healing. Oh, by the way, what is still going on outside the city? Well, there are dogs, there are liars, there are those who work abomination. Oh, and by the way, Revelation chapter 22 says there is a tree of life there who produces its fruit 12 months a year. Wait a minute, 12 months a year. Isn't that time? You see, Dr. Hester's view of the end is completely false. Dr. Hester says that the time of the end is the end of earth. It's the end of time. There is no more accountability after the day of the Lord. Oh, but wait. In Romans 13, 11 and following, Paul said that the Christians there were to begin to put off the works of darkness and to prepare for the day and to walk honestly as in the day. Now what that means is Paul was urging them to live lives of holiness as if the day had already come. The day of the Lord would not negate ethics. It would not negate accountability, as Dr. Hester so falsely believes. No. If anything, living in the presence of God in the new heaven and the new earth is the beginning of everything and demands accountability of us today. You see, Dr. David Hester's foundational presupposition that he just simply asserted without a syllable of proof is false. And we'll have a whole lot more to say about this judgment idea on the flip side. So we'll see you there.